So since Tin's not going to do any more videos this season, I'll just step up and do his week 34 review. Week 34 preview. So first up is the Cannons versus the Bukkake Jackies. Everyone knows how this is going to go. I mean, literally every single time the BJs have played the Cannons this season, the Cannons have won. I honestly think old Bukkake Jackies boy Vardy and Madison are likely to finish this tie before the BJs even field one player. Coupled with that, Newcastle haven't won in the last 8 away games or something, probably won't score any goals, so he's got Maguire, who he'll probably draft in. Surely Cannons have got this wrapped up. If you look at the rest of his team, 10 of his players are at home this weekend, and it always seems to be when he plays me, he's got a shitload of home players. And even his away team players are easy. He's got 2 players playing away at Everton players at Fulham. He's got City players away at Palace, Arsenal away at Watford. So he's going to have a really high scoring week, as he always does against me. In comparison, 8 out of my 11 starters are away, and my home games, the ones I have got at home, are tough. I've got Palace at home to City, Fulham at home to Everton. The opposite to Tupac. Liverpool at home to Chelsea, so there's not going to be a lot of scorers. So also obviously I'm a man down now with Kane, so there's not that much flexibility in my squad. So that tie sorted. Tupac will do me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Which brings us on to tie number dos, which is the Stranglers versus Colo Colo FC. There's only one winner here, and that is the Stranglers. Colo's been on disgusting form since Christmas. Don't know if he's lost interest or just got a really shit squad. But I mean, he's hoping that Harvey Barnes pulls out something decent against the Toon, because they will stuff him. And I think he has actually been a decent pickup from Colo. But he's got the likes of Richie, Ron Donins, waste a squad for this week. Stranglers will be loving that, because he's got Pereira in, who will score a lot of points. The one thing the Stranglers have done, which I think is a bold move, I think everyone saw it, to draft Brighton players in. But what he's effectively done, we all could have done it, but it's how much squad flexibility you had. Stranglers know they've got a guaranteed win this week, whereas I've had me back up against the wall, butts to the showers. So he could have went for it. So he's pile drived a load of his waivers into Brighton players for next week's squad. So he's hired a lot of his sperms into one sack, but he's probably going to do it because he's got plenty of players. Obviously he's got Lacazette now, Mkhitaryan now, Hazard now, so he's gonna do it. That's a no-brainer. Banker, if you're gonna put anything on the bookies this weekend, put that as your double. Cannons and Stranglers, that is guaranteed. House on it. Tie number 3, STP versus Piqué and De Bruyne's. Again, there's only one winner here. No offense, Plops, but you are dog shit. STP, I didn't realise he was still lurking around the top but he is. He's only let down tonight is he'll have Almiron in the team, and he'll not score many points. Being a bit of not being up to much really. No, it's fine. He's made a couple of under the radar signings as well as Colo. I think Dwight McNeil's been quite decent for him. It was a good little pickup, and he got him early doors as well. It wasn't after he was making a name for himself. So fair play to STP. Everyone gives him shit for not knowing anything about football, but unless he was tipped off by someone, that was a decent shout. But he's got good scorers in there. Raul Jimenez, Edison, Ericsson. He's at home to Huddersfield. Again, Trippier rose again against Huddersfield. And Richarlison's picking up a bit of form in comparison to Piqué and De Bruyne. Tielemans and Ndidi might do okay. They've been doing decent, and especially because they're at home to Newcastle. But he's got a lot of gash in there. Hollebass and Louise, they're not going to be scoring well against Arsenal and Liverpool respectively. Obviously he's bribed by going from Gabe A to Gabe B. David Silva probably might not even play because he's going to be keeping him for FA Cup and Champions League. Troy Deeney's got in there. He'll probably play him this week because he's playing Arsenal. If Troy Deeney was playing Huddersfield, he would have fucking left him on the bench. So STP will win that tie, which brings us on to the final tie. Sané, Mane and his Happy Days versus Atletico Unpricked. This game really is a battle for 4th or 5th, I think. There's not much interest in it. When I'm looking, Atletico Unpricked, usual, full of Liverpool and Man United players. Liverpool got a tough game at home to Chelsea. I think that would be, fairly even. And Man United might be a bit better, but he's still got like Callum Hudson-Odoi in there, Fabinho in there, João Moutinho. I'd probably lean towards a Sané Mane Happy Days, but his form has been shizer. But he's doing everything in his power to change his team around. You got KDB in, got Salah in, but again, God knows why he made that move, but he did. But he's got Sterling in there. He should do it, Sané Mane Happy Days. So boys, that is my prediction. Sorry, Tim's prediction. Sané Mane Happy Days, STP, Chudley Cannons and Scranton Stranglers. Just a little advert at the end of this if anyone's interested. People who are available for transfer for the BJs due to recent events is going to be Danilo. Danilo is averaging 18.4 per game in his last 3 90-minute outings. And next up, he's got Palace, Burnley, Leicester, Brighton. So he's got loads more. And he's going to be guaranteed, starting now Zinchenko's knackered. Delph is obviously dog shit. So he's guaranteed to be playing. He's still got 6 games left to play, as opposed to a lot of them who's got 5. And he's still got a double week in the sack. So Danilo, who's averaging 18.4 in his last 3 90-minutes, he is hot property. Jeffrey Schlurp, as identified earlier in the week, is actually pulling out better performances, over double at Salah's recent form. And he plays as part of a front 3. I don't know if anyone watches Palace much, but he plays as part of a front 3, but is obviously classed as a defender. So he's obviously getting lots of clean sheets because Hodgie just, he's a clean sheet machine. Doesn't really want to mess around at the back, but he's getting shitloads of assists, goals, key passes, and he's got some, easy games. Everton, Cardiff, Bournemouth, all leaky at the back. So Schlurp, at averaging 14 points per match, is an absolute steal. Next one's Philly Foden, new to the scene. But he proved last week when he played 90 minutes how good he was and that Pep can trust him. 19 points he got last week. And I think he'll be playing a lot more again, mainly because Pep's going to have to rotate quite a bit. So because they've got easy games left to play in the league, I think Foden's going to be playing quite a bit more. So he's also up for grabs. A. Townsend, he's just simply incredible. He hooks up with Zaha loads. He's a key pass machine. And he's got easy pickings. Again, he's got Everton, Cardiff and Bournemouth, who he's going to be running at. So he's also up for grabs. He's pretty much a forward, but classed as a midfielder. So he doesn't use up anything there. And finally, Mitro. Mitro, everyone thinks, he's dog shit since Fulham have been doing dog shit since Christmas. But let's just give you some stats. His last outing, he got 13.5. And that's when they got pumped 4-1. Didn't score a goal. Still getting 13.5, no assists either. He's just because he gets it all he wants on his noggin, so he gets loads of aerials. And when you look, stats always say it, once a team gets relegated, Rondon's doing one of his shit. Free kicks, oh my God, it nearly went in! Stone the Crows, Rondon! That was incredible, that should have went in, that. He had no right to shoot from there. The whippersnapper he got on that! Woo! Watch that! That was a decent shot. Watch that and match the day later. We'll still get pumped. Even though he's they're going down, but everyone knows factually once teams go down, the pressure's off. They start pulling in results. So they're bound to win a couple more games, especially when you look who they've got left to play. They've got Everton, Bournemouth, Wolves, Cardiff and Newcastle still to play. All those elite goals at the back. He's powerful, big, scores points, fucking machine. Mitro also up for grabs. Over and out, boys.